Grayscale will start dumping their Ethereum position, how low will we go? I had orders set here at $64,000, a high potential that we are going to this level here, and then we will over the next couple of days slowly come back. Bitcoin is getting rejected from a major resistance level, and I had warned you that this is going to happen. Now we need to plan our next steps, and that is what I want to talk about today. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Guys, today I'm actually quite sick, but I thought I still have to come out and make a video. So if you want to help me to feel much better today, I would highly appreciate if you can subscribe to the channel and like as much as you can this video, that as many people as possible can actually see that. So, and trust me, when I see all these likes, I will feel so much better already. Please guys, help me out here, because I nose a little bit running, I have sore throats. It's not nice, especially during summer. But let's get into the charts here right now. When we're looking at the USDT dominance, we see here that the USDT dominance has massively spiked back to the upside, which means that people were going from whatever coin they were holding back into USDT. Potentially they took a loss, they took profit, they most of the time got stopped out. These are the reasons why the USDT dominance is going up. And when the USDT dominance is going up and most people are sitting back in USDT, what happens with the coin that they were holding? Coins going down on the other side. So and this is what we are experiencing right now, but knew this for a really long time that this is going to happen. And from here, pretty soon, maximum when we touch here back into the major resistance area, somewhere here, we are going to get another rejection, create a lower high. From here, that high, lower high. Let me actually draw this in. High, lower high, another lower high. And then you will see that we keep breaking to the downside, and Bitcoin will of course then go into higher price levels. Talking about Bitcoin here on ZoomX, guys, remember I told you I had orders set here at $64,000. Now you see I got filled, guys. That is why you plan your trades, and sometimes even if the price is going higher and you miss out on potential profits, you wait for the better trade to come to you. And this is what we were doing here. We were planning for this. Now I still believe there is a potential that we come a little bit lower. That's why I still have another order just below current prices and below current support, if we're breaking the support, to get filled down here. If that is not happening, that's fine. I'm gonna show you then an alternative plan where I'm going to allocate the funds from this level where they are currently sitting here. So the trade is slightly underwater, $300, but this is fine. You know, I'm trading with $73,500 here. It's this is 0.5% currently that I'm here underwater. I can live with that, you know. So if Bitcoin bounces from here back to the upside to fill some imbalance on the chart, then I'm immediately in really nice juicy profits. Again, guys, if you want to trade on ZoomX, there is a link in the description. You get up to $45,000 in deposit bonuses and $10 just for signing up. Take everything what you can in this bull run for free, even if it's just $10. Take it, because every dollar counts in making generational wealth here, guys. When we're going to the Wyckoff reaccumulation pattern, remember that I also spoke yesterday about this, that I was saying that this can be sometimes a little bit distorted. The textbook doesn't always have to play out like to the dollar here. And for that reason, I said yesterday, I believe that we were here in that area where we have here the upwards move. Here's the upwards move, and we are going to get now a pullback. We're getting right now a pullback, and then we're going up again. So, and this is exactly playing out here right now. And you can go back to the video from yesterday, no problem. Check it out. This is exactly what I said. I said we are going to get the pullback potentially tomorrow, which is today, and then we will, over the next couple of days, slowly come back to the upside. So the only thing that we need to look at right now is how low will we actually go? Are we bouncing from here already? Do we need to be prepared for a little bit more downside? So, and I'm going to show you this here in a moment. But first of all, currently here on the daily chart, the 50 moving average is giving us support, and we are bouncing off from there. The only problem is that we are sandwiched between the resistance area just above current price and the 50 moving average. So I would not give too much weight right now to the 50 moving average to holding us afloat if Bitcoin is not seeing really soon a nice move here above current resistance, or at least above $65,000, so which is $800. It's like 1.2% move to the upside. So if we're not getting that kind of move here in the next couple of hours on the lower time frames, it will increase the potential that we are breaking the 50 and coming to the next support level at $60,100 on the daily chart. So, and again, I also mentioned yesterday here that we got a buy signal on the hash ribbons, and also usually that we are getting with that buy signal a small pullback and only then continue to go to the upside. So you were multiple times warned here over the last couple of days. If you are still in a Bitcoin trade from $68,000 or higher than that, it's really on you. So we were talking about this for a long time, that this is coming, and some indicators were helping me with that I'm also going to show you here in a second. Here on the line chart, you see exactly what we were talking about here for a long time. I said to you a couple days ago here, we got a deviation, I was believing that we got a deviation here above the resistance level. From there, we're going to reverse. We're coming back up. And if we are failing here, when we come back up to break above that resistance level, expect that we get one more time, another move into the $60,000 lows to also fill the CME gap. And only then we go to the upside. So there is a high potential that we are just going to this level here to around $62,000 and bounce from there. But this is kind of like the range that I'm looking at. If we are failing to break here above that resistance level in the next 3-4 days, that we get back above $67,000, expect Bitcoin to come down between $62,000 and $60,000. That is the range, the most likely bounce range that we are going to get here. Also, guys, for Prime XBT, I have still one code for this week, $500, guys, $500 that I'm going to give away either tomorrow or after tomorrow. If you want these $500, guys, really simple. Just sign up on Prime XBT, deposit $100, and that is all what you need to do. Keep the $100 there until I draw a winner, and then you can withdraw it if you want. The $500 cannot be withdrawn. If you try to withdraw them, you're going to lose them. So don't try it. But all the money that you make with the $500 is yours. So really important, guys. Go to Prime XBT, sign up, deposit $100, and then you are in the draw for tomorrow, after tomorrow, they don't decide yet, to win here $500. And you have seen, I think 2 days ago, there were only 3 people, so your chances are quite high. So go and take advantage of that. Another pattern that we were talking about here was the inverse head and shoulders pattern. I said if we get here rejected close or at the downward sloping trend line, the neckline of it, expect this inverse head and shoulders to be playing out. Now here, the biggest question is, how low will we go? Do we go here to like $62,000 and make it actually a nice right shoulder, or will this be a pretty shallow one, basically from current levels? This is the only thing that we don't know right now, but we can get an estimate or a range, but with the help of some indicators, we can get a quite good idea from where we will actually bounce. And like I said, I'm going to show you this here right now. So you see here on this daily chart with the MDX algo, the supply and demand zones. Of course, I don't expect that we go here now to $50,000 to that demand zone. So, but here are also some other indicators flashing that give us a good idea from where we potentially are bouncing. So for once, we are right now currently at a support level, at a horizontal support level. If that level is holding, we're bouncing from here. Fine, we're going back to the upside. But if this is not holding and we come a little bit lower, we have here an imbalance in this candle from 61,500 to 62,400. That is the first level from where we can potentially bounce if we go lower. And the second one would be here, 59,800 to 60,600. Also from here, we could get a potential bounce. So if we go all the way to this level here, then this would also fill the CME gap. I'm not saying that we have to do that. I have seen it many times in the past that we had a situation like that where the price got really close to the CME gap, but then just before closing it or even touching it, turned around and did not touch this gap for a really, really long time, for a couple of months. So that is something that you should keep in mind, not that you go now and put a lot of orders down here and then we never touch it and you had all your liquidity down here and we bounce from here and you missed out. So what I would do is, if I would be you, open a small position right now, a small one with like 10% of your capital, not more. Set limit orders for 62,400, 62,000, 61,500, 60,800, 60,000. So that is in total 6 orders. The first one 10%, the next one 20%, then 15%, 20%. Now we are at 65%, and then again 15 and 20%. So that makes 100% in total. So that is how I would set up these orders. So if you need to hear this again, just go back, listen to it again, because I did not now make here any notes on the chart for that. So just go back and listen to it. Then on the 4-hourly chart with the liquidation levels, so we liquidated now the over-leveraged long positions that were in the market that we pointed out yesterday. So also here, guys, here is still the potential, also based on liquidation levels, that we come down here to the 200 moving average to 61,600, $62,000-ish. That is, in my opinion, right now a valid target, unless the Bitcoin price is moving back here to the upside and moves above the 50 moving average here at $66,000. If we are not reclaiming this here pretty quickly, like I said, into the weekend, after the weekend, if that is not reclaimed, then I definitely believe that we are coming first down and then go back to the upside. So, or we go straight into the weekend to this down, to this target all the way down here. So now really nice, of course, once we are pushing to the upside, we have now a lot of over-leveraged short positions here, 50x and 100x positions, all the way up to $68,500, and that will give us the liquidity needed to potentially push above $69,300, where we have currently also big resistance level. When we're looking at the liquidation heat map, then also here you see that we cleaned up a lot of liquidity that was below us. Look at here. We took this all out. Here is still a big cluster all the way down to $62,600 approximately. Hence why I believe we could still be in for a little bit more downside, but then we will go to the upside and take out everything that is sitting now currently above the price. Let's see how my trade is doing here on weeks. Okay, here I'm 14K in a minus right now, but don't forget I have still more orders here currently set. If we move lower, they're gonna get filled and it will give me a nice average entry for later. The liquidation price is fine, $58,000. I don't expect to get liquidated, and I have also still $30,000 on the side sitting to add more if I have to. So see here, my last order is at $60,800, and I believe I have quite a lot of money sitting there. Is there any way that I can see that? How much do I have there? I can only see that if I would cancel the order. But I know I have quite a fair amount sitting there. I think like $100,000, and this is $150,000, something like this, in that realm. So with how much am I trading right now? Yeah. So it's actually more. I think here's like, I think it's in both cases $150,000 that are still sitting there, something like this. 100,000. Sorry guys. So it's 100,000 each on these orders. So that will definitely help me to avoid liquidation here. Anyway, this is one of the scenarios that we had here for a really long time. Again, guys, planning is everything in trading. We were waiting that this trade is coming to us here, and now I'm still waiting for $60,200 and worst case $60,800 to get filled here. If I not get filled here, that's fine. Again, I will enter then, if price would turn around from here, I would enter then above $65,000 and add all my liquidity at that level, while I will leave just a tiny little bit on the side if I need to add to my position if it turns against me. Again, guys, even though I'm now here in minus on my position, I'm farming at the same time an airdrop on weeks. Up to $20,000 is what you can farm here worth of an airdrop, which is amazing. It's non-KYC, no VPN needed, guys. You get free money for trading here while you're potentially making profits. And that's amazing, guys. Check the link in the description and in the pin comment below, guys. You really need an account there because I don't know how long we can still farm the airdrop. So get on there as fast as you can, guys. On the 12-hourly chart, remember what I mentioned here. I said the point of control, most likely from there we get rejected because it's the most traded area here on the VPVR. And if we break above the golden ratio, we will also most likely lose here the current $64,600 level and go potentially to the 0.5 on the Fibonacci retracements around $62,800. So, and this is where we are at right now. We have 7 minutes to close this 4-hourly candle. If the next one is not coming up and closing above the golden ratio, expect that we are coming down here. So there you can set your orders. And from there, we are going to write this back to the upside. Our short trade, guys, I almost forgot. Our short trade, we are almost at our tech profit level, guys, for our short trade. So which is amazing. Remember, I gave you this trade here from all the way up here. That was a sniper entry, guys. You know, so here at these highs, where I said at $68,100, when we're coming here to this downward sloping resistance line, there you want to enter the short. So now you should be up like 5% at least on spot. Yeah, 6. Okay, no, it's 5.8, almost 6%. 5.8% on leverage. 10x would be 58%, 20x would be 116% in a profit right now. So, and I believe that we are coming down here to $63,200 to close our short completely and hit the target in profit, guys. So how did I know that we will go down here? Guys, again, the MDX algos were telling me that we are going here. So because here were big supply, which we pointed out when we got into this. And here that demand zone was obvious as the potential target from the supply zone. Again, if you want the MDX Algo Suite, there's also a link in the description. You get 10% discount. I negotiated that with the founder only for you guys. 10% discount if you sign up on MDX Algo. And you see here, this is a money maker, guys. You know, so with the gradients, I told you when we are running hot here, we are going to get a retracement. We ran hot here, ran into the supply zone as mentioned, and now are at the demand zone where you can already start slowly to take some profit. So really nice here. Then the Bitcoin dominance is a different topic. So Bitcoin dominance is breaking out here to the upside, which is not good. It's really not good because altcoins are bleeding like crazy. I will be honest, I lost some money on altcoins because I got stopped out. But this is fine. I'm going to make it back up at lower entry levels. So now here we are at equal highs, more or less. And what we don't want is that this candle becomes a new local higher high. So, and it would be a local higher high if it would be higher than these two previous candles. So we don't want to see that. We want that the dominance keeps getting rejected from the 56% level and starts getting rejected from there and to come back down. So this will only happen, guys, most likely at the same moment when Bitcoin is pumping back to the upside and altcoins will go up at the same time. Only then we are going to see that, most likely. The other scenario would be that Bitcoin is going sideways and altcoins are recovering tomorrow. Then we would also see something like this. And of course, the dominance will keep pumping if Bitcoin keeps going lower and altcoins bleeding out. So, but for now, this is the scenario that I'm envisioning here over the next couple of days, which would be still more or less in our scenario here. What we just did not anticipate is that here, instead of just going to 55.6, that we actually came all the way back up here to 56%. So, but overall, the direction is still to the downside here on the dominance. Then one of the reasons that we are actually bleeding out like this is the Ethereum ETF flows. Because we were talking about this, that once Grayscale is sending Ethereum to Coinbase and starts selling because they are the most expensive Ethereum ETF in terms of fees, look here, 2.5%. Everybody else is 0.2, 0.19, 0.5. So they're at the lowest 10% more, 10 times more expensive than anybody else in the market. So yesterday we saw 327 million more or less flowing out of the Grayscale Ethereum ETF, and we saw only a net inflow of, what was it, 200? Something like this? What was it? yesterday. So this is like 100, 150, this is like 180. So we saw roughly in total like 190 more or less, 190 million in inflows, but 327 in outflows. So and that, of course, if you dump so much Ethereum on Coinbase, that has an impact on the overall market. And this is what we are experiencing right now. And this is what I warned you about, guys. I warned you, Grayscale will start dumping their Ethereum position, their Ethereum shares, because the shareholders, they don't, or the investors, don't want to pay 2.5% if anybody else is on the highest side 10 times cheaper than Grayscale. There are some other providers that are cheaper. They're like 20 times cheaper, but the most expensive after Grayscale is 10 times still cheaper than Grayscale. So it makes a lot of sense that they are moving around their funds and potentially also take some profit, because during the FTX crash, there was a 50% discount on these shares due to the FTX crash, which meant that even if Ethereum was already on a big discount on spot market, they got an even bigger discount if they hold shares that now got converted into Ethereum. So they so that means they are like 4x up on their initial investment right now. 8x on their initial investment instead of 4x if they would have just bought Ethereum. So of course some of them are getting out, taking their profit, and that is additionally creating sell pressure. And this can go on at that pace for another 10 days before they are running out. Actually, no. They have 3 million Ethereum, so still a week potentially, another week of outflows before we are going back up. But yesterday on Ethereum, that had like almost a 10% drop impact on the price. So if you were waiting that Ethereum comes back into our entry to $3,220, as we were talking about for a long time, then you would be filled now. There is a slim chance that we're getting stopped out if Ethereum moves lower, because we get potentially today again negative flows, and then we hit here this support level and only bounce from here. But I also want to warn you that this level might not actually hold if Bitcoin also keeps going lower, and that we will come down here into the range lows here once again, but we will be higher than the previous one here. And we come maybe here like to 2,850, something like this. So have that in mind, you know. So if you're not in an Ethereum trade yet, potentially wait or set limit orders. Here, I would set like 50% and set another 50% down here just in case. So, and then you wait and see how price is reacting. You can always add more once we are breaking above $3,225 again. You can always add more to your position. And guys, that's it already for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will go back to the couch. I want to rest a little bit, eat something. And I hope I get a lot of likes from you to feel better. So don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And I hope to see you again with more profits and a little bit healthier tomorrow.